Hello. Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Draws Things. I am Art Baltazar. I am your host. This is episode 13. That's true. True story. I am trying something different today. I have discovered that I could share my screen with you instead of showing it through the camera. So you're going to get a nice crystal clear vision of what's happening here. So you can see my cursor. See it? See it moving around? This is kind of cool. So this is me. This drawing is done by my good friend Justin Castaneda. He did this for me for a while ago, and it was hanging in my art studio. And I thought it would be cool. The music you're hearing is on SoundCloud by my son, Gordon Baltazar. This is his new song called Neptune. And it's good. Give it a listen. I'm going to be rocking out to his songs while I can here. In the meantime, and Scott Smith is here. Oh, yeah, Scott Smith. I'm going to color some pages today. I colored this one yesterday, and it's from this book, from Gilbert. Gilbert number 3. It's from Gilbert number 3, The Flaming Carrot Evolution. That's the name of the title, The Flaming Carrot Evolution. It's got Gilbert. That's Gilbert and Sherbert and Amphibian. Gilbert. Gilbert Volume 3. Oh, yeah, there we go. Bringing out the classics. And this page, I started this last night. I inked it last night. It took about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to ink this thing. And I'm going to color it today. It's probably not going to take that long to color it. Not as nearly that long. Unless I make it take that long. But we'll see. I love this song. Feels like the It feels like the Famous Cartoonist Draws Things theme song. So I'm putting on my lines right here. Putting these lines. Do you guys like this better? Is this clearer? Like, is it clearer to see the drawings this way instead of seeing my hand and shadows and stuff? I thought this would work out better. You can see it clearer and nicer and smoother. Kind of how I see it. Oh, yeah. I see D. Brad's here. Brian Lynch is here. Pat Carroll is here. They're all saying, oh, yeah, Justin's awesome. I agree. The last 2 nights I streamed a real long time. I don't know how long I'll go today. I don't know how long I'll go today, but I always go until I finish something. You never know. You never, ever, never know. So I worked on some stuff today. I did some secret stuff. I wish I could do live streams of everything, but sometimes things are meant to be secret and unveiled at another time. But Gilbert's my own creation. I could kind of do what I want with them, but I'm co-partnered with I have a publisher, Paper Cuts. So it's kind of like a co-partnership, but I just do what I got to do because it's promoting it, promoting the book, promoting them, and hopefully I'll have some pages done. You guys can see it. Yeah, man, it's clear, right? You just can't see my hand anymore. But I'll do that. I do the morning live stream so you can see my face. It's a treat for everybody to be able to see my face. And Kevin Bixby's here. Oh, yeah, man. I see you guys. I feel like I see you guys every night. And if I don't come here, I'm going to miss you guys. You know? It's what happens. What happens. I'm going to color some of this stuff. If I grab my colors here. I got them all memorized. All these colors, names, and numbers. This is true. Uncle Fred. Could be Sanford and Son Fred. Hey, Fred. But I think it's more like Fred Flintstone. But he could be Sanford. He looks a little bit like Red Fox, a little bit. It does look like Red Fox. It could be a combination of both Red Fox and Fred Flintstone. Hey, Fred. Danny, Artie, Danny, what's happening, man? Richie's back. Yeah, man. I'm drawing stuff for the masses to see. You guys are getting a preview of what's going to come. Hopefully this book will be out, I think, around Halloween time. Anywhere between Halloween and January. So it's coming. I'm working on it. I got a lot I'm doing these days. I'm doing a lot of stuff these days. And it's rough to get it all done, but I'm getting it. I'm making it work. While the rest of the world's on pause, my world just gets faster. Brad says, Vinx requested me as a friend again. And today it worked. Oh, cool, man. Maybe he booted someone else. Maybe. He talked to me today, too, a little bit. I watched his live stream, and he gave me a shout-out. He said, Artie Baltazar's watching. Then he gave me a like. You know, that stuff counts. It goes a long way. But I can't wait for Saturday. Saturday, if you guys don't know, or most of you do, but the ones who don't know, I'm going to do a live stream Saturday of me painting. It's just, you're going to see what I do when I paint. And it's not going to be, I'm not going to be as interactive because I'm going to be, the screen will be away from me. So you'll be seeing, I want to try to get a wide shot of my art studio so you guys can see what's going on here. I think that'll be real fun. We'll see how it works, and maybe I'll do that once in a while, you know? I think that'll be a lot of fun. It's true, it's true. Oh, yeah, man. Let's see what's happening. Awesome Gilbert comic. Yeah, man. Oh, hey, Chris. What's happening, dude? They're here. The people are coming. The relatives are out and about. Chris Sandoval's my cousin. He's in the chat room there. Whatever they call that, the stream. Chat stream. And Brian Lynch is Archimaniac still scheduled to come out in November, December. Yes, sir. I have to finish it. That's my secret stuff I'm working on that I can't show you guys yet. I like to keep things under wraps until they could promote it and all that good stuff. Libraries get to see it first, I think. And but I'm on page. Look at here it is. There it is right there. This is page 75. I'm going to show you a little bit, but don't tell anybody. Look at that. Yes. What did you want to show me? That's it. I can't show you anymore. That's what I've been working on with Archimaniacs. But it's a constant. It's constantly working. I'm constantly working every moment of the day. I just had to. We had dinner, and after dinner I gotta take a break. I don't go to sleep, but I lay down and stretch. I just make my body as long as I can, just to stretch it out. I don't stretch it out. I stretch myself. That sounded weird. Stretch it out. I'm not gonna do that. But this is gonna be tricky because they're in a red sea. But I'm gonna make their bubbles blue, I think. I'm gonna press save. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, there it is. These guys right here. Oh yeah, I did it here. See? This is what I was talking about. I got a red background. But blue bubbles on the four figures because the sea is turning red. See right there? It's turning red in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. My instinct was correct. Because these guys are not affected by the Red Sea as of yet. Bum, bum, bum. This is a really cool story. This is one of those stories that's very strange, and you don't see where it's going, or you don't see where I'm going with it. And I love stories like that have they're unpredictable where they're going. It's kind of like watching a Simpson episode where it starts out one way and then they end up somewhere else. Hope you guys are drawing along with me. It's not my drawings, my videos are not so much of a tutorial. It's just me drawing, talking. It gets me to do it actually gets me to work on my stuff, get it complete. Sometimes I get sometimes you need a little bit of motivation, I guess. You just need a little bit of inspiration, motivation, just something to get you going. And when I'm working with just by myself, I get I might get distracted or get bored, so I got to put on different videos and stuff like that. But if it's a video that I don't need to watch, I can just listen to. That's what I like the best. It's true. Josh is here. Nice. Yeah, man, you guys are here. I'm glad you guys are watching. It keeps me busy, I'm always aware when 7 o'clock hits now. Because if I don't care about what time it is, it's kind of weird. I fall into this weird thing where time doesn't matter. Time is irrelevant. I like having something I could look forward to every day. See right here, the blue line's touching blue, the bubble, so I'm gonna fix that. I don't like how it looks. So I'm gonna switch and get a lighter blue. See, like that, just so it doesn't touch. This is a cool song here. All these songs are done by my son, Gordon. They're on SoundCloud. You can listen to them for free. So I play them for free. What brush am I using? I don't know. This is this is Photoshop. So I just kind of use Photoshop to color. I don't really draw in Photoshop, but I color in it. And I'm just using the paint bucket right now to fill in all my lines. But I draw with all these different color lines in Manga Studio, and I draw where the line goes through, so I could do the extra layers, and I don't have to use my lasso tool. 'Cause using a lasso tool to rope different colors, it's time consuming. So, But that's what, if you draw on paper and you ink black and then scan it, that's what you have to do. And that's an advantage of having digital. I don't have to worry about that too much. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Well, usually when I draw in black ink and just scan it, I just leave everything black. But I like how it looks with the color line, especially when you want your best work to show. I think my work looks the best when it's in color line and stuff. It's not that difficult to do. I just learn how, and I use techniques that help me speed up my process a little bit. Otherwise, it's not too bad. People got me now. What's up, Trees? She's here. Hey, Shug. Oh yeah, Josh. You're welcome, sir. I love doing this. It's just it's fun. You know, I'm drawing anyway, but I like to show people what I'm doing. And then a lot of times I sit here in my house, my basement, and I have all these things happening in my head, story-wise and business-wise, and editors and all these things contacting me. And I'm answering emails a lot during the day and just trying to get artwork done. And when I eat dinner with the family, I'm not always sure they listen to what I'm saying, but I don't know that they hear it every day, so it's not special to anybody. So I don't see the effects of my work until I go to Comic-Cons or school visits, and then people tell me what they do, and then they give me hugs and they autographs and drawings and stuff. So this is kind of like that, where I get to draw and then you guys respond, and I get to see that I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this isolation quarantine business, that I don't see anybody anyway. But it's cool that I get to draw and you guys can hang out and listen to me talk about stuff. So it's kind of cool, right? I'm happy with that. Oh, Rose here too? My wife here too? Teresa said hi to Rose. Yeah. Josh said you're a rookie and have always loved your stuff. Thanks, brother. Man, that means a lot. You guys are awesome. I just love being able to show you guys what I do. Like, it's kind of like a musician wants people to hear his music. A comedian wants people to laugh at his jokes. Well, I want people to see my art. I want them to read my books, and I always say my goal is to get my books into your house. You know, I want my books in your house, on your coffee table. You know, that's kind of what that's really the goal. I want people to read my stuff. It's what I have to say. A lot of times I have something to say in my stories, and I want to tell you, you know. That makes sense? It makes sense to me. Like, anyone who writes a story doesn't write a story and then not show anybody. So it's kind of cool. I need people to read it and want more. I'm going to keep making them. Even if I know there's a lot of changes in business right now because of all this crazy stuff, because of people are chilling. Everything's kind of on pause. But I know that at the end of all this, if it takes a year, if it takes a week, if 6 months, whatever, when we come out of this and the rock opens the cave door, you know, moves away from the door, things are going to be different. And businesses are not going to be run like they were. There's going to be different things. And I'm just ready for that. I'm going to survive. I'm going to make it happen. I just took a swig for the worker man. So after all this is done, I'm planning on still being here standing. So I got to make it happen, you know. If I go chill right now, then by the time all my companies are back and they want their comics, I'm going to be so far behind. So I got to make it work. Making it work. So it's an unfortunate yet fortunate gift that the world is the way it is right now. I think they were listening to everyone with deadlines. Baby Jesus said, hey, we got to help that guy in his basement. He keeps praying to Jack Kirby every night. We got to get him some help. That's my go-to guy, Jack Kirby. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Jim Hampton saying hello. You're not alone, sir. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. You're awesome. It's good to hear from you, too. And I know you're used to traveling a lot, so I know you're probably stuck home now. So your life has been put on hold, too. Bixby, we are like voices in the head. Yeah, man. You're like that. There used to be a show, Kevin's Head or something. Fred's Head. You remember that? I think it was on the early days of Fox, where he had all these voices in his head that he had personalities that were real people. He would see them. But I forgot what the show was called. I think it might have been called Kev's Head. It's possible. But that was a really cool. It was a really cool show. I see what he's missing. He's missing his lips. Everybody got these lips. Like this. Look at that. I don't normally draw in Photoshop, but because the lines aren't as smooth as when I draw in Manga Studio. There you go. Came out. This is the Franco fish. That's him. Because Frank has to be in all of my Herman's Head. That's right. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Brian. And Pat Curl, this is cool. Thanks, brother. Danny, good stuff. Man, you guys are here with me. Thanks. Oh, was Hank Azaria in Herman's Head? The Herman's Head. And yeah, I remember. I wish I could have saw more of that. There's a time in the 90s where I was just poor and busy and doing my thing, where I didn't watch TV. So I missed lots of things. I missed most of Cheers. I missed all of Friends. I missed Seinfeld. I missed a lot of that stuff, but I'm catching up now. Now that I'm able to watch more things, I see a lot now. But man, when that stuff was out in the first place, I missed a lot of it. Plus, I was poor where I didn't have a TV. I couldn't afford to have TV or cable and all that stuff. So I didn't have it. I just went without it. So I binge watched Friends like twice already, maybe 3 times. 2.5 times up. 2.5 times is safe to say. And I dig it. It's cool. Herman's Head. But I remember watching that, but then I was in school or something. School and work. Always working, always in school. Taking the bus home late from school. Just to go to school and then go to work. And then take the bus home late at night. So I didn't really drive. I drove a car, but I didn't really have a car till like I was 23 years old, 22 or something. Because in Chicago, you just take the bus and the L's and all that stuff all over the place. You just take public transportation, the CTA. That's what people are saying. Try YouTube. Oh, yeah, for watching stuff? Oh, you mean for Herman's Head? Yeah, I got to look it up. Cher's in Hulu. Yeah, I like Cher. She's cool. Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. And Treese loves watching reruns. Yeah, reruns are awesome. Cheers, yeah. Oh, Cher. Cheers was on Netflix for a while. I think it is. Remember the show with Bobcat? Was it Stuffed Bunny? I do remember that, but I never watched that. I don't know. That's just, it was weird when was it Al Bundy or one of those shows that was like Al Bundy? He was talking to a stuffed rabbit too. I didn't like that. It's just not. I don't know. It's not for me. I didn't believe it. If I don't believe it, then it's wrong. Famous Cartoonist has to believe it. Otherwise, I'm not watching. It's so weird. It's so weird that I draw this kind of stuff, but I love the violent movies like Breaking Bad and Pulp Fiction and stuff. I don't know, but I was a sitcom guy, but I probably got into what did I watch? Just the classic stuff. Family Ties. I saw that one. Everybody saw that one. Michael J. Fox. That's the one. When I was on the East Coast for a little bit. I lived out there, and I worked in an art studio that did a Warner Brothers children's books. We would draw the Bugs Bunny stuff and Animaniacs. We would just draw all the coloring books to go with that stuff. So I was out there in a little bitty apartment by myself, and every morning I would hear through the wall that Cher song. If you believe in love after love, I would hear that every day. And the woman who was playing it would sing that song really, really loud in her apartment because that was her shower song. That's the song she sang in the shower while she's getting ready to work. So every time I hear that song or think of Cher, that memory eventually comes to me. And I think of it as the shower song. Because that lady would sing it. No matter how hard I try, she would sing it. And I'm like, oh man, please stop. I didn't even know what she looked like. I just heard that song every day. I didn't care to look. That's funny. That's funny, ha ha, right there. You guys like this better than seeing my hand? This is much clearer, right? I'm comfortable like this too. This is good. Let me see if I'm getting all this light green I have. See, it just kind of like hints at the fins and stuff. Eventually, if I do this for 120 days in a row, and I do one page a day, you guys will see the whole book. I gotta make sure I did this in out of order, so I don't spoil nothing. All right, let's see. Let's go for some outline. This dark green outline. Use the same color. I pick it from here because it's got to be consistent. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Remember that guy? Know what I mean, Vern? That was a guy who came on a scene and tore it up and made a lot of money and left. But I never liked that guy though. I didn't like him. It was too much like a lot of comedians then, late 80s, 90s, they were characters. They weren't funny on their own. They had to become someone else, like Pee Wee Herman and that guy and the Energizer guy. They all had to be someone else, you know? They had to be a character, which is fine, I guess. But then once the character runs its course, they're done. So I remember that was kind of like a theme. That's how that era of entertainment and TV was. Remember? Sound surprise you? The Energizer! Oi! Remember that guy? He looked like Popeye? I forgot. I don't even know what his name was. I know he had a name. People found out what his name was, and then he tried to do stand-up comedian. It didn't work. Oi! Australia was cool for a while. Everybody came from Australia. But we all know who made it cool. You know who made it cool in the first place? Well, maybe the answer I'm thinking. Maybe I'll change it. I'm gonna go with Bee Gees. The Bee Gees made it cool, but then you know who else made it? Olivia Newton-John made it awesome. She made it like, whoa, check out Olivia. Bee Gees made it being from us, but they were from England. Oh no, they were from both Australia and England. And Olivia is pure Australia. Who, honey. Let's see, what are you guys saying? No more Spider Hand. Yeah, man. Yeah, the Spider Hand is still here, but you can't see it on this new screen. It's here for sure. I kind of dig this. You guys could see it more clear, just in case. I'm not sure how easy it is to watch that other one, but you could see my hands dancing, but now you can't. So it's good and bad. But I could always go back to that by special request, maybe a special request vintage show. You know, love Vern. His name was Vern, right? Ernest T. Vern, was it? And he used to talk to Vern. Well, that guy started out on commercials where he would do the first selfies, right? He would be like selfie guy. And he goes, let me tell you something, Vern. It's almost like Hulk Hogan, let me tell you something, brother. But he would do it up. Let me tell you something, Vern. Then he was doing movies. I never saw those movies. Like, nah, I don't need it. In your art battle against Frank, are you guys using digital or paper? Not sure yet. Maybe I'll do paper. I'm not really sure. We're gonna stream it through C2E2's stream on Facebook. So I'll probably do whatever I can get the camera to do. So maybe you'll probably see my hands then. Maybe even my face, I don't know. D. Brad misses the dancing hands, but picture is clear and closer up. Yeah, man, thanks. Yeah, he talked to Vern. I know that, I heard that, yeah. Autocorrect is hating. Hey, that's stinking autocorrect, I know. But I don't know, the battle plans or the sketch battle was we were playing it since I think Monday. It's kind of new, but they're gonna give us a link and all that stuff. I'll probably do digital. Maybe, I don't know. But it would be cool to draw it and then maybe auction off the pieces or something. Yeah, that's something. I gotta set up my camera for that. That might be fun. I'm gonna pick up this light piece. See right here, I made these two pieces a little bit too close to each other. So I'm gonna make this one a gray and go back in here so I don't get confused. So I just confused myself. Because these eyes are gonna be white. Can't quite do them white right now. So I'm gonna do it like that. See? You see? I'm gonna color his mouth. Little Gilbert. Gilbert's awesome. I like this book because it's just Gilbert being a kid and just following things, discovering things. Just wants to learn and hang out and see what's cool, what's happening. Like, what's making that noise? I want to see what it is. You know, does stuff like that. I like this Gordy style music. It's pretty cool. So what else you guys saying? Dinner time, gotta go. All right, man. All right, Pat. Good. Glad that you were able to hang out a little bit. That's cool. James Richards, he's here. Hey, Jimmy, how are you? Yeah, man. I figure I'm drawing anyway, so I might as well draw with the masses. Bring my joy to others. That's weird, Baltazar. Why'd you say that? Ba-da-bum-bum. Mm, 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 mm. Turtle. Where else did I draw? I don't think I drew him in every picture. Turtle. My kids used to say that a lot. They just walk around a room saying, turtle. That was what they used to do. I'm getting you guys seasick now. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to press save before I get too crazy. Let's do the background. See these rocks I made? I made the rocks. See, they're brown and then orange. We're going to do that. Make this brown outline. It's cool to check it out. Check it out now, my funk soul brother. There's that cheeseburger. It's an underwater burger. Maybe it's like a seaweed burger. Or like an Impossible Whopper. This one's really impossible because it's not floating and it's underwater. It's made of seaweed. Maybe there's a rock in there. I don't know. Keeping it down. Oh, you said earlier, like, my art reminds you of the old cartoon series Pop. I gotta see what that is. I don't know what that is. But thank you. It sounds like something cool. I gotta check it out. But I was heavily influenced by Hanna-Barbera. So a lot of my artwork is looks like like I draw the arm. See how his arm is like this? That's a lot of Hanna-Barbera guys would stand that way. You can see a lot of Fred Flintstone face here. You know, little hands like this is what Hanna-Barberas would stand that way. So it's just me drawing. I would draw all the Hanna-Barbera characters all the time. And I would draw Geo Gately would make Heathcliff. So I would draw Heathcliff all the time. Heathcliff was my guy. I always liked smart aleck guys. Heathcliff, Woody Woodpecker, Bugs Bunny. Oh, what'd I do there? So it was cool to see those guys. Know what I mean? Or in my house we say, no mean, no mean. So these guys have a color, like certain colors for the background because all of the environments in Gilbert they're underwater and they're coral. There's a lot of coral in there. So they, like if it's pink and purplish coral, that means they're in Atlanticus. But if it's this orangey yellow, that means they're in Fidlothian. So I got to make sure that I establish to the kids and people watching at home that you know where you are in your environment underwater. Because it's hard to tell where you are underwater, especially when everything looks the same. And there's fish people. That's got to be scary. Unless you're a fish person, then you're all right. You're very comfortable being a fish. I gotta see what happened here. See? Look at this color's real close. It's still good. All right. I could come back to that. I didn't ruin my chances. guys are saying now? Oh, the chat went away from me. I got to see. You guys said more things that I could see. It says, oh yeah, the Pop. Yeah, Chalk Zone. I remember now. They do remind me of Chalk Zone. Thanks, man. That was a good show. I liked watching that. That was a while. I didn't watch it all the time, but I did see it. I have a Chalk Zone figure, which is pretty cool. Little Bixby just walked in a room and heard your voice and yelled, "Oh yeah, comics!" That's cool, man. Brian Lynch asked, "Did I ever do anything with Kid Devil Hot Stuff?" Yes, I did. I did. I did some stuff with. Forgot what the name of they were now. It was a company had. They were doing some Harvey comics. Oh, Joe Books. Joe Books was doing Harvey comics. And the weird part about it is I got a phone call and a conference call and this whole bit. And Joe Books and us, we negotiated and talked about how to bring back the Harvey characters. And it turned out they wanted Harvey, but like in Oh Yeah comic style, where the short stories done by different cartoonists and stuff. And I was all for that. It's like, yeah, that's cool. So me and Franco were kind of going to art direct the comic, then hand it into our editors and stuff like that. That was the plan anyway. And then all of a sudden, communication stopped for about 2 years. And then communication started up again, but now it was a different direction. And instead of us kind of writing the stories and guiding the books along, they just wanted me to do like 2-page stories. So they were taking what we were going to do initially, and now I just drew some stories. And they were going to do a whole series, but I think only the first book came out. And it was very disappointing because I had some cool stories. So my Hot Stuff stories were never published. No one's ever seen them. And I did Hot Stuff. I did Little Dot. I did Casper, Spooky. I did all of them. Baby Huey. And I had a real good time with Baby Huey and Hot Stuff. Those are my 2 main ones. But originally we were going to do the whole book. Me and Franco were going to see through the whole book. We were going to write the stories for other people to draw. And they were real funny. It was going to be better than anything that came out. And I don't know why they changed their mind, but I couldn't wait. It was like 2 years later, and they called me back or continued the conversation. But at that point, I couldn't do as much as I could have 2 years prior to that. So that's why nothing ever happened with Harvey. And I think Joe Books is gone now. They had that license, and then all of a sudden it went to American Mythology has Harvey license, and then I saw some of the books that Joe Books had are now at Dark Horse. So, this is opinion maybe, but it just turned into a big mess. So if they let me and Franco handle it, those books would have been great, and they would have came out on time, and they would have been awesome and fun. It would have been just like Oh Yeah Comics, but with the Harvey characters. And that's what we wanted. And it felt similar to the phone call I had with DC Comics when they wanted to do Tiny Titans in the style of Patrick the Wolf Boy. And that's exactly what it was. That's what the conversation was like. But they just wouldn't pull the trigger and wouldn't let us have it. And it never happened, and it never came out. And the awesome that would have been shared by everybody was shared by no one. So that's what happened with. That was a good question. They gave me a story. So that was it was disappointing. So I worked on those characters, and if I had an opportunity again, I probably wouldn't do it because I already did that. So it's kind of different. Like I'm more into drawing my own guys now. My own characters, I never get tired of them. I draw my own characters and I have a great time and I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of my little merman boy and I just it's such more rewarding at the end when the book comes out and it's a character I had in my sketchbook that I created and that rather than a character that's 50 years old. Like another thing about Casper and Casper was cool because that was my own thing. I really wanted to do that. But I thought, is it more popular with kids, like little kids right now? If I did Casper and Hot Stuff, would that be more popular than me drawing Action Cat? Because a lot of kids buy my stuff because I do it. And I get drawings from kids with Super Pets, with Robin, with Itty Bitty Hellboy, with Action Cat, all in one drawing. So what that tells me is kids don't really know the difference between Marvel, DC, Dark Horse. They don't care about that stuff. They just see what's Art Baltazar making next. I want to draw what he's drawn. So in my what I think is like I could choose to draw Casper and put my efforts and they could sell 3,000 copies, or I could work on my own characters and maybe sell 3,000 copies of that. So it's really different this stage of the game with comics and what I'm doing here in my career. And even like a few years ago, I had an opportunity to get Woody Woodpecker. And I really wanted it, but something fell through. I just didn't get it. Sometimes you bid and try to get it, but things don't happen. But I had an opportunity just maybe 3 years ago. Me and Franco were offered Pink Panther. And the thing came to my mind, like, I rarely see Pink Panther on TV. And I don't think kids know what it is. And kids are going to think that's my character. So why not just do my own guy where kids, when they buy my Action Cat, they're going to know that's my guy. And I think an Action Cat series could sell more than a Pink Panther series. And that's kind of like what happened. We said no. And it was like, you don't want Pink Panther? I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. And so it's a weird thing. Like, you think when you're 12 years old, man, I can't wait. One day I want to draw Pink Panther and Harvey Comics and all this stuff. And when it comes across and maybe I have an opportunity to draw those things, it's not as exciting because I don't think kids know it. Like if I was able to draw like Gumball, that Gumball book, or Steven Universe, that would sell because it's on TV and kids know what it is. But something that's 40 years old, I don't think they care. Like kids just don't know it. They don't. It's not that they don't care. They don't know what it is. So that's where that was the weird decisions. That comes across now and then in my world here. And when I was drawing the Hasbro stuff, that was another thing I wanted to draw because I liked it. But I tried to make it cool for kids. But young kids don't know where Rom the Space Knight come from. So it's an odd thing. Yeah. That was a good long story for you. It says, how you doing tonight? I'm doing good, man. How you doing tonight through art? Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm still adjusting to these daytime, but I'm making it work. My daytime hours, like I have to stop a little while. I have to stop and just relax and take a break and then come back and have some coffee or whatever and then come back. And when I'm a nighttime guy, I just plow through the night, and I don't know why it's easier for me. But daytime, I'm still kind of adjusting, but I'm okay with it. So I'm doing good. Thank you for asking me, sir. That was nice. And then Brian says, Hot Stuff was always one of my favorite mischievous characters. Yeah, I love Hot Stuff. And he's just cool, and he was a big inspiration for Patrick the Wolf Boy too. So I love Hot Stuff. I love all those Harvey guys. And at one point, I was drawing Wolf Boy, and it was around the time the first Wolf Boy comic came out, and I drew Grimace. Grimace was in there, and Gilbert. And I was talking to a publisher, and I was pitching the series. I pitched him a Patrick the Wolf Boy series, but like a series of books similar to Harvey. And the way I was pitching it, I didn't realize that I was pitching Harvey comics to the guy. And he even pointed that out. He says, "You got your own Harvey comics here." And I'm like, because I had Gilbert was in there, Patrick the Wolf Boy, Grimace Island, and the Grim Reaper. All of that stuff was in my package of pitch. And I'm kind of glad I never did it because that company's gone now. But it was, it's always beneficial. It's always more satisfying to publish it yourself. But we became friends, so it's okay. I got a friend out of the business and a mentor. So that was real cool. But when he said to me, "You got your own little Harvey comics," I'm like, I do have my own Harvey comics. And I didn't realize that until he says it to you. Sometimes you don't realize the truth until somebody tells you. You don't know what you're doing until someone says. Like sometimes a memory you have is not yours until somebody reminds you that that's what happened. That's why we're friends. Like, oh. And Brother Bear is real good at remembering things like that. And so that was an eye opener, and I realized somebody told me recently that there's nobody who does what I do. I have my own characters. I have T-shirts with my guys on them. I'm co-owner of 3 stores. I publish my own books. I work for big companies. I have cartoons, so it's different when you meet regular people and you tell them what they do. And everyone has advice, though. They always say, "You know what you should do?" And I already done those things. So it's kind of fun. But yet I keep it, I forget, like I keep it, what do the kids say? They keep it real, keep it humble. Like I don't take it for advantage. I don't say, "You know who I am." I don't do that kind of stuff. I still got to wait for a table at my favorite restaurant. But now I got to wait for Uber Eats. But, man, you got me talking. That's good. I was about to say something else, but but I forgot what it was now. Itty Bitty Hellboy and Hot Stuff crossover. That would be cool. Me and Franco actually wrote we started writing stories for Hellboy Volume 3, Itty Bitty Hellboy Volume 3. And it was going really good, but then it just stopped. Things just stop sometimes. Brian says, "Glad I'm doing my own characters and I enjoy them all." Thanks, man. Yeah, I love doing my own characters. Now and then I'll pitch a publisher what we can do. What can we do with just my guys? I want my own imprint. I want my own universe. And it's kind of like how I'm doing books with Action Lab right now, and that's kind of what it is. I just sent them stuff, and a few months later, the books come out on comic shelves, so I'm happy with them. They're real cool. Like I got Powers in Action on my own superheroes. I was going to tell you some secret stuff, but I forgot what it was now. I was talking about Wolf Boy. Man, I've been through a lot of things. Do a lot of stuff. And eventually you're like, "Nah, I'll just do it myself." That's how it goes everywhere, though. Like Prince said that, too, when he was making his songs. He said, remember when he wore that mask or something? He painted his face. He became that symbol. Then he started calling himself Slave. That was all kind of this kind of stuff where you're making things, but you don't own it after you're done. And so he was doing that, and then he was I remember hearing an interview and people say, well, you must make a lot of money off your music. And he said, the people selling my music make more money. So the people selling the music make the money. So it's got to turn around. I want to do where, well, maybe the creators could start. We could start getting paid the millions of dollars for this stuff. I don't know. So you can tell I thought about this. Well, believe it or not, I'm very happy. I love what I'm doing. There it is. This is Fred. He's got a spatula. He's got a metal spatula in the ocean. It's the only thing that looks like it's from the surface. It's from humans. I don't know how that's gonna play with the kids. I don't think it's funny. Like, hey, he has a spatula. That looks like Daddy's spatula for barbecue. So lots of stuff, lots of things. Always working on something. I just got another contract today, which is going to be cool. It's for more books to do more things, but I don't know if I could reveal yet. But I'm excited about that. It's not my own characters, though. That's okay. I make them my own. The kids think I own them. The internet thinks so. No, I don't know. The kids don't know. They just kids just they just read the books. A lot of kids can tell it's my art just because they've been buying my books for so long. And a lot of kids started with Gorilla, which is cool, from Disney. Everything is awesome. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get this spears. These guys got spears. So I need to color that. See, check these guys. I think I colored these guys on another stream. The fish guys. The Philophibians. See? James asked me, do you draw superheroes a lot at conventions? People request your character? Yeah, man. I draw lots of superheroes, and it's awesome when people request my characters. I love it. And it's funny, like, I could tell, when people request character, I know that where they found it. That means something. If it's a character who's just in a digital book on Comixology, I know that they went there and they bought the book. And it's always kids. Like, the little kids will read it because kids will always get into. They'll read what they like, and they'll get into it. And so one kid asked me for a character that was only on my website on one little page, and he asked for that. Like, oh, that's awesome. I know he's reading my stuff. So if you go on my website, they go through every nook and cranny of that website and click on every link, and I know he finds it. And that's fun when the kids ask you questions. When they ask me questions, or when they just find the character. It's so cool. And I had one kid one time told me who he thinks Zombie Cat is. And I actually have a Zombie Cat story that I'm writing that I want to work on. I wrote it in my sketchbook already, and it's the Zombie Cat origin story. And this kid told me who he thought it was because Zombie Cat has a blue cape. And I'm like, you're right. And he guessed it. I'm like, oh wow. So he was into it, and I like that stuff. He figured it out, and he got it right. He figured it out. So my clues are in there. It's like, who else has a blue cape? Because he said to me, so Zombie Cat, that means he wasn't always a zombie. Like, that's right. So Zombie Cat had to be somebody before he was a zombie. I said, that's right again. Like, And then he told me who it was. I'm like, wow, yeah, you figured it out. So there's going to be a mini series that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of digital comics soon. I got a few. I got like 3 right now that I want to upload, but I got to wait for a little more time. And I got digital comics I'm going to upload. I got Webster the Spider Monkey. I got Gyro Man. I got Golden Age Action Cat. I got Cosmic Action Cat. I have we have some more. We're gonna put out some more Phantom Lemurs. We're gonna do all these things, and I just have to wait for the right time so I could. I don't want to put out one book and then like 2 years later issue 2 comes out. Like Meteor might suffer, and I need Meteor might needs number 2, 3, and 4. I have all the books written, and like 2 issues are penciled, so I need to get there. But with Comixology and the digital books, mostly I want to get them done so they're out there into the world, because I think I don't know if I have another 30 years on the other end of my career. So if I'm in the middle, then I got to get these things done. And mostly I want to get them done so they're out there. And then I'll figure out how to get them in print. And they will be in print. I'll figure it out, because everything I've ever done has been in print somehow, somewhere. But I really want to get stuff out on Comixology Digital, so it's out there and it's published and it's in the masses, and people in Utah could download it, or people in France could download it. So I really want that. And I know people they don't like digital as much as print, and neither do I, but it makes it easier for the self-publisher to try to publish our own things. And I just want the characters on the internet. I just want them out there, because I have a ton of stories. I want to get them all out there, and then eventually they'll be all collected in some kind of trade paperbacks. Either some publisher will do it, or I'll do it myself. We'll probably do it ourselves and sell books at conventions, so you'll be able to get them. But that's the plan. And if I wait too long, I don't want them to go by, because I created a lot of these things when I was like 19, 20, 21 years old. And I'm 51 now, and it's been 30 years, and they're still not in print. So I'm like, I got to get this stuff done. So this year, I really want to get that stuff, start uploading some stuff. And what was happening is I got a lot of work that I'm working on here that's going to be finished around June. So you might see some digital stories popping up around that time, probably August. So we'll see. I got 2 ready to go, like I said, but I'm holding out right now until it's time. So if I release them too early, then you're going to be waiting for a long time for the sequel. I don't want that. Know what I mean? I think you do. What are you guys saying now? Yeah, same stuff. Cool, man. That means you're listening. And I always think it like when nobody's talking at dinner, it means everybody's hungry and they're all eating. So when nobody's talking here, it means you guys are listening or drawing with me. At least that's the positive spin I'm putting on it. I think it's true. So it's a challenging career, and challenging creative solutions that could work for the comic book industry and famous cartoonist lifestyle. I'm just not going to stop. No matter what happens in the next few months or year, I'm still going to be doing this. I'll find a way. There will be a way. And I'm almost wondering about crowdfunding. I don't know if I do crowdfunding. I did a Kickstarter. Well, with 2 of my friends, we did it. That was a lot of work, and it wasn't a fun experience. It wasn't a fun experience, and it wore me down a little bit. I always feel like some people hate me for that, but I was wondering if crowdfunding is another way to go, another option. But I'm wondering if people would support, So I don't know. Maybe that's an option. See, I got to get there. I can't do it now because then I can't dedicate my whole life to it. The same with Patreon. I have a Patreon, which I want to get into that more. But if there's like links, there's links to Gordy's music, there's links to my website page, my store page, and there's a link to Patreon. Right now, Patreon I have where you can buy posters and get them. I'll deliver them to your house. But I'm trying to get more things up there. And I know if I get done with the deadlines, I could devote 100% of my time to that. So it's like I want I want to finish all these projects so I can work on other projects. So I don't know if it's not a bad thing, but it just means that I just want to keep doing stuff. It's not a complaint at all. It's just it's a never-ending cycle that I have to keep making things. I have to make stuff. It makes sense to me, I guess, people. At least it means I have a fire. Jack Kirby's soul is in me. He's with me all the time. That's what you guys are saying. Enjoying the stories. Thanks, man. Yeah, the stories I'm telling or the stories you're reading, or both. Yeah, I'm very honest tonight. I'm not really hiding anything. And Kevin Bixby wants to know what's the origin of Action Cat. The origin of Action Cat will probably never be told. I know what it is, kind of. I know how he got. I know why he has powers, but I don't know how he got them. So I know why he has powers though. So that makes sense to me. And eventually, when you read a story I'm writing, you'll figure out something. But it's not gonna be a literal telling. You're gonna have to read it and say, oh wait, I see. That's your reaction. But I don't want to say what it is until you read it. And that's kind of what I want to do digital. And another thing with the digital comics is, and I want to get everything out there because eventually I want all my kids to own these characters, and they can't own something that doesn't exist. If it's just in my sketchbook or in my mind, no one's going to know what that is. So I want to get it all out there so people could see what things are. And they can read it and they can understand it. And if it's out there for people to understand, then if my kids want to make a movie and become millionaires, then they could, So I think I want these characters to live way past this lifetime. And not just me. I'm not talking me. I'm talking like this whole generation. It's kind of like Batman and Superman outlive everybody. They're older than everybody. The creators, anyone who worked on them is all retired and old, and the characters are still around. So I know if I keep these guys alive, that might happen to my characters too. So I want that to happen. Except for if a Hollywood guy gets them and messes them up. But unless it's somebody who grew up with my characters, then I'll be safe. Like if they make a Gorilla movie, and right now the kids are probably old enough to start making movies. I think they're still in college, or just about graduating, or stuff like that. They're still young men and ladies, men and women. They're still young right now, but they have potential. We could rebuild him, make him stronger. Yeah. It's all true. All the stuff I'm telling you tonight is true. It's a weird thing. And I'm going to ask Kevin Bixby probably to draw a book for me for later on. So I have a list. Oh, I grabbed the list and held it in front of the screen, but you can't see it. But I have a list of people's names. I'm going to read it to you instead. And some people don't know they're on the list. So I have a whole bunch of stories that I've written and thumbnailed and I have jotted down that I don't know. I have so many stories that I don't know if I'll be able to finish them all. Just too many. Like I would have to draw 10 pages a day just to keep track, So I have a bunch of artist friends, and here's all the people I know. I know my buddy's Smitty. He's on my list. Jason May is a good artist from the East Coast. Kevin Bixby's third guy on the list. I got Scoot, of course, Scoot McMahon, Chris Russo, Jacob Chabat, Yehudi's on here, Jamar Nicholas, Justin, my little friend from, well, he's not little now, he's a man now with a baby and a wife. So, but I met this kid when he was like 12. And I got Adam Colford, who's a Disney artist. Adrian Ropp is a Disney artist. Kevin Kearney, he's over here, a local guy. Alejandro Rosado. And I got the Mariano brothers, Tyler Cosley, Jamie Cosley, Rich Kablah, Katie Cook, and the Saturn sisters. All these people, I would love it if one day they would all draw a story. And if I give a story to each one of these people, I could probably finish all the stories I have in my sketchbook and thumbnailed out and written. But I'm going to attempt to do a lot of the books myself. But when I start feeling like, man, this is a lot of work, I'm going to call up some of these people. So if you heard your name and you're listening, I asked most of these people anyway if they would help me. And they all said yes. And the weird part about it is I want to make these books so my kids can own them in the future. That's really is I want them out there. I want them to be real. So yeah, I don't know if I could pay or do anything like that, but I don't know. I got to figure out something because I hate when people have to draw for free. It's just not fair. But I'll figure out something. Maybe Harold's Chicken or something. We'll do something. So, oh, I see. Kevin Bixby. Oh, you'll draw a book anytime. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, you're awesome, sir. I'll give you some layouts one day. It'll happen, but I got to finish all this other stuff. I just took a swig for the working man. Action Cat's origin, the character. That's a good question too. Well, when we opened up our shop, we had comics, of course. And when we opened up our shop, I wanted our shop to be different than any other comic shop. I didn't want it to just be. I don't want it to just be a comic shop in the neighborhood. I want it to be an experience. Like you go there, and you're surrounded by the merchandise. You're surrounded by the lifestyle, the Comics way of making comics, and everything about us needs to come through the store, and it has to feel like you're at one of our tables at the convention. So when we were we thought of that, and even when we thought about the name, we were thinking, what should we call our store? And I couldn't think of anything else but Comics, because that's what we say. That's what I say anyway. And then it became the vernacular of everybody. For everyone willing to be awesome, we all say, oh yeah, and it just became infectious. And so I wanted mascots for the store. And I really wanted it to stand out than any other place. Like, we need a mascot. So I started doodling characters, and I wanted them to be basic colors, like 4-color comic book colors: red, blue, yellow, green, And I didn't want them to. I wanted them to be simple. And with me making characters all my life, especially since I always make characters. I always make a main character, and I make a little guy. Like in the Crybaby Adventures, there was the Crybaby, and then he had the wee Kiwi who would hang out with him. And in Patrick the Wolf Boy, he had Patrick, but then there was the squirrel. The squirrel was his little sidekick. So I thought the characters of the story have to be the main guy and then a small guy. So I'm like, what could it be? And I'm like, first I thought cat and mouse, but I didn't want a mouse because that would be too cliche. Like, nah, not cat and mouse. So I thought, why not a bug? And I just started making up stuff. But Adventure Bug looked real different in the beginning. He had a round head, and he looked a lot like the way Bumblebee looks in the Tiny Titans. So I didn't want to do that because it looked too similar. So I redesigned his shape, and I just started jotting down ideas and doing it, and it just came up. And then I had the characters, and I thought what to call them, and I thought action adventure because of stories, action adventure stories, and that's really how it happened. And so I have a book in my sketchbook. I have, when I created the characters, I put the date next to it, and they were created before the stores were even open, before we had logo, before we had anything. And then right when I created the characters, I started putting them on logos, and it just spiraled. So I was just my mind was in the right place, right time, and it was just something that felt real, and it was organic, and it just happened, and there was nothing in my mind doubting that was the right characters for the store. So that's the origin of Action Cat. That's kind of what happened. It's real. It's different. Like when you have something, it's just real easy to know that that's the right thing. It's like being in love. You just know. I don't know how you know. You just do. You know. You just know. And then we were when we were painting our store, I was like, "Did you paint some fire hydrants near your store?" Yeah, I painted all of them. I painted like 13 fire hydrants or something. So when we were painting the store, painting the walls of the store, I kept thinking, like, I designed the paint to match the store, so we put a big Action Cat face on the wall so we could see. I wanted Action Cat to look at you from the street. So, because I know psychologically, people respond to signs that have eyeballs on them. So if you put a "do not touch" sign and you draw a pair of eyeballs on there, it's more likely somebody will not touch that sign or touch that item because you put eyes on it and they feel like they're being watched. It's not something they think about. It's just something that happens psychologically to people. And if something's moving in the background, your eye's going to look at it. The corner of your eye, you're going to look at whatever's moving and not really realize that you're looking at it. It's just going to catch your eye. So that's kind of what I painted Action Cat on the wall like that. But then I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we made our own comics for Aya Comics? But I didn't know how to do it. Like, I thought it would be cool to do it, but I was thinking more like Kinko's Copy, just hurting ones, just little ones, just put them on the shelf. And then the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I was with my friends, like 4 or 5 guys. We're all there and we're all brainstorming together. And so it turned into the Kickstarter, and we raised a bunch of money, and we printed 12 issues. So that's kind of how that started. But it was real cool to brainstorm. And when stuff happens like that, it just becomes its own thing organically and just for real. Like we're not really trying. There's no plan to do anything, no agenda to do anything but make a comic. And that's really what we were trying to do with the Aya Comics. And Action Cat, I just wanted a label. Like, I wanted our own Disney store. It was like having a Disney store, but it's an Aya comic shop. I think we accomplished that, because when you go to Aya Comics, there's all kind of merchandise. We have the plush figure, we have posters, we have comic books. They're all Aya Comics. So you could go there as a kid and just go there for the Aya Comics merchandise. And that's what we wanted to do. So it's kind of cool. But the problem is like keeping up, making more stuff is gets costly. That's why we needed the Kickstarter to pay for printing. So it was at that. That's what was happening, and I'm kind of faced with that decision now a little bit. Like I want to do more things, but I can't do more things unless I come up with some solution creatively, and I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to. Crowdfunding was fun, but I'm not sure. I got to figure it out. When I'm ready to devote all my time to it, then I could do it. But I can't do that right now. When it happens, it'll happen. Or I'll just keep making books. Either way, I'm going to keep making books. I don't mind that either. As long as I keep getting contracts, that's cool too. Anything that keeps me in the house making more books, and I can keep telling people this book comes out in January, this one comes out in February. I like that too. But it's always the artist in you that wants to work on the next thing. That's how I am. Like I always want to work on the next thing. But that's good. It keeps you alive, keeps the fire going. Yeah. Oh, and I painted all the fire hydrants around the store. Because Skokie wanted to rejuvenate the downtown. So they asked me to paint, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that. That'd be cool. But it was funny because they said no advertising on the fire hydrants. They didn't want any words or advertising. So I painted them all like superheroes. So the people would know that the comic shop guy must have did this, and that's what happened. I thought that was real fun. Man, I got a lot of stories. There it is. That must be rhodium. That's it. It's true. I'm going to jam it a little bit. It's got a bit of little Vinx influence. Just so you guys know, I'm doing hand dancing right now. All right, this looks pretty good. See, I got rid of all of the border lines that are crossing into the figures. See where his hand went over the border? That's why I do the line colors and stuff. You dig? You dig? I dig it. I knew that you could. All right, we got it. Now I'm going to make my background transparent, or I get rid of not transparent. It's just unflatten it. Now, all this gray I made that's intended to be white, and make it white. Boom! Look at that. Auntie Francine has beautiful eyes. Pretty good. So now it's gonna go faster. Oh, I gotta combine the layers. Visible, not merge them, not flatten them, but merge them. Merge visible. Merge visible. One nation. I like that guy. Got groovy hair. He's cool. All right, let's see. Let's see some of these colors on these guys. Oh, Brian, you walked around all skokie looking at those hydrants. Yeah, man. They they asked me to do it again because the hydrants were taking a beating from the Chicago winters over there. And after a year or two, I retouched them all. But then they wanted to do them again, and every 2 years I get a little older and it hurts more. So I kept upping my price. So finally they didn't answer my last price. So they decided to paint them all back to red. So they're slowly going back to what they're supposed to look like. But I don't mind. Like, it's hard work. I'm out there and I can only paint when it's nice out. There's a few times I painted when it was a little cool, and then the paint doesn't dry the right way, and then I go back like a day later and the paint's still wet, and I could just peel it off with my finger. So I gotta paint when it's warm out, like hot, with the sunny and stuff. But when that happens, I get hot too. I get sunburn and stuff. So it sounds fun, but it's a lot harder than it looks. And hydrants are on the ground. Like, the ground is really, really low. That's the furthest thing away from my head. So to paint really low it gets sore. And every time I came home, man, I was exhausted. So I think my price was fair, but they said no. Well, they didn't say anything. They just didn't call me back. But that's all right. I'm past it. I did it. It's kind of like when the Doors played at Ed Sullivan. They told him not to say, "Girl, we couldn't get much higher," and then he did anyway. And then they told him, "You'll never play at the Sullivan Theater again." And he said, "I just did Sullivan." Then he walked away. Well, that's kind of that's how I feel. You'll never paint a hydrant again. I just painted them all. What do you want? I just did it. So that's kind of what I feel like. I did it already. So I'm okay. It's like Harvey Comics. I don't need to do it. I did it. It's kind of funny. It sounds like an arrogant attitude, but it's for real. It's not a disappointment. I don't have to do them again. I already painted them twice. I think the second time, some of the guys, they changed them. I think so. I think from what I remember. I think I changed them because I didn't have all the colors paint. Look at that guy. Big Batman still across the street. Yeah, Batman is still the Batman fire hydrant is still painted, but he's peeling. I know all the ones in front of the important buildings like City Hall and the courtroom and stuff, they repainted a lot of those. But all of the ones in the side streets, they didn't quite get to them yet. But they will, which is fine. It's cool. I can dig it. I am not offended at all. But it was fun to do that. And what I really like is the wraps, the vinyl wraps around all of the electrical boxes. That's cool. Because that'll last the test of time. Because after I painted the hydrants, they asked me would I paint those. And I said, no, I don't want to paint those. It's a lot of work. Like, to do one painting is cool, but there's all kinds of sides and curves on that thing. So we talked about it. What could we do? And they reached out to a company that does vinyl wrapping, and that was it. I worked with them, and we did. They sent me the dimensions of the boxes, and then I just drew everything. I put all my artwork on the dimensions. I put it in the computer, so I was able to do those in my air-conditioned house and not get sunburned. So, and they paid me for those too, so that was kind of cool. And I wasn't expecting any of that, and that was really fun. Skokie just embraced our store. They like us, and when we have parties, we have a good time. And they actually created a law in Skokie that if you have a business and you're gonna have a party, you have to pay like a licensing fee or something. And they did that because they wanted us to have parties. So every year we pay a little fee just so we can have parties, which I thought was cool. So we changed the law. The law changed because of us. We had an impact on society. It was real fun. Yeah, the electrical boxes look good. They stayed nice and bold and bright. And they said that the sun would not fade them because they have special vinyl or something. I'm like, cool. I go, that's cool. We're gonna make it work. See if I can find any open mouths. Nope, everybody got their mouths closed. With some yellow teeth. These guys all look like catfish. Even the Franco one. Oh yeah, D-Bread. What did you do for your parties? I don't know. We just had parties at the store. We one of our biggest parties was the pre C2E2 party. We had like a C2E2 launch party. That was kind of cool. We just had parties at the store. Like we have parties usually for Christmas or Halloween, stuff like that. We used to have a lot more, but we're chilling a little bit more. It's probably better to chill. Yeah, look at that. That looks better. Maybe darker. I like that. Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. Wilma. You live in Chicago, D-Brad? It sounds like you do, or you're familiar. I forgot to do all of Gilbert's little blue spots. Oh, here too. I didn't do it. See? Must have been the late night. I wanted to get this page done. I'm feeling it now too. Man, what is this? Why is this happening to me? Let's see. I need to get Gilbert's colors. There. Need to grab it. I feel like I gotta press pause. Press save. It's been a while. Remember when I first created Gilbert, the took me a long time to come up with his name. I didn't know what his name was. I'm like, what should I call it? There was a whole bunch of names thrown out there, like Finny. I think Finster was one of the names. I didn't like that. There was a whole bunch of different. Gilboy. But it sounds too much like Wolf Boy. Well, like, how about Gilbert? Because he has gills. He's like the gill man. It worked. And then about 20 years later, his book comes out. That's what happened. See, where else is this turtle? He's over here. Sherbert was easy. I just made an orange turtle. If you're a turtle, he needs a sidekick. Remember earlier I said where my characters have a little guy? Well, that's what Gilbert was. Gilbert was in the story, and then he had the turtle, Gilbert and the turtle. And the story became, Amphibian came from the story. There's actually the first Gilbert story, it's on my website. The very first one. And he looks a little different. It's kind of like when you see the first Mickey Mouse, he looks weird. That's what Gilbert was. He looked a little different. All right, I got all these characters. I'm going to make the seaweed burger. Here it is. I'm going to choose 1, 2, 3 color for the bun. And I'm going to go lighter. See that one? I'm going to go a little lighter. So you can see them more. See the seeds? And the bun always looks like this when you look at a hamburger bun. It's always two-toned. That's a little bit too light. Like this. Okay? There you go. We're going to add some seaweed. A consistent seaweed color. See that? Seaweed burger. It's like the Impossible Burger, but better. Because it's juicy, too. It's got an element of water to it. Right now, what am I doing? Grab this real light blue for the back of the bubbles. Right here. That, see it? See it? I see it. Oh yeah, Josh just wrote to me. I mean, you're welcome, Sarah. I'm glad you're watching. This is really cool. I really like making these live videos because I'm drawing and I'm just chilling. What's happening here? Oh, you live in Vancouver Island, British Columbia. Oh wow. Oh, you just remember me saying all the hydrants and yeah, that's right. Yeah, I do talk about it a lot. I do talk about Skokie and making things. It's cool. So that means my stuff gets around. Like, my goal when I make comics is I don't want it to be too inside jokey and stuff like that. And my goal is to draw comics for that kid who lives in Utah, or in this case, that kid who lives in British Columbia. And so if I could do that and that kid could become a fan and not be confused about what I'm trying to make, then I think I did my job. And it was funny, one time I got a letter in my P.O. box. I got a letter from a kid from Utah, and I'm like, wow. I was so happy. And that was real cool. Still got to write these guys back. I have a whole stack of letters that one day I'm just going to write them all back, send them stuff. I have a list, and I'm going to make a little print, like a little print poster little thing, just so they could get it, you know. I feel I owe them that much. I probably owe them more. But I owe them that much just for following me through all these years and helping me through this stuff. Helping me become who I am and all that stuff. Let's see. Clearing these balls, underwater balls. I don't like that one. I'm going to make it different. How about 360? How about 360 green? It's pretty good. And this one right here, I'm going to make. I keep touching the screen, but you guys can't see my fingers. It's okay though. You're getting a better view where this is nice and solid, nice and clean, bright, no shadows. Because normally I have to hang jackets from the rafters here in my studio because the glare of the lights hits my screen, so I have to hang coats. So when you come down to my art studio, there's coats hanging in all the rafters on hangers, just so I could reduce the glare of my screen. Oh, it looks like Franco's here. Cool, man. You made it. You've only been here on for 2 hours. Yeah, so far. And Treese is listening while she's cleaning. That's cool. I'm glad you guys are sticking around. Brian Lynch, glad you're pinged to write them back. Girusso did that for my daughter. And I meant to work. Yeah, man. Girusso's awesome. And Franco's here drawing. I bet he's drawing with me. Yeah, I'm going to try to finish this page. It's getting there. I do all of these character stuff, and then you're going to see instant results real soon. This is all the detail stuff. Do all the detailed stuff first. And then I'm going to go for it. You're going to see instant results right now. So I take all the backgrounds from these other ones. Take the backgrounds from these other pieces and put them in place. And I add the C. See, there it is. So I could adjust the red intensity of the C. The C that's turning red. It's concerning our heroes. They're very concerned. Like, why is the C turning red? We should be alarmed. Oh, look, here's the Franco fish drawing. Here he is. It's what you look like all in color now. Franco's in the room with us. Oh, you finally get to do some drawing, huh, sir? That's tough, man. I'll D-Brash drawing too. You guys are awesome. I gotta draw anyway, you know. So I'm glad you guys are here, hanging out, doing what is awesome, changing the world, one drawing at a time. See, now I can see all the little spots I missed, like the words. See, I gotta color those in there. I'm gonna do that now. I go back in there and see all these little dots. See, there's some dots. There will be dots. There's one right there. I see it. See, I'm gonna go real close so you'll see. See right there? Filled it in. There you go. It's all crazy like. I always know that I'm on a long time when Gordy's music plays 3 times. I think it plays. He's got it to play twice, but then it repeats. Then it plays the other music I don't want it to play, because then I don't own that one. So I'm always aware that we're at the end of his music stream pretty soon. It's all true. Everything I'm telling you is absolutely true. Treese, you're awesome. You guys see in my morning show when I talk to you with coffee? That's kind of fun. And today I could have slept more in the morning, but once I thought about doing the show, I got excited and I woke up. It's like, I could do that. But I didn't want to go too early. I'm thinking the best time for my California brothers and sisters to chime in. Maybe East Coast, all that stuff. It's true. It's all true. So I got to change the music now. That's the other guy. That's the guy who's not my son. Save that. That is the guy who's not Gordon Baltazar. We're going to hear Neptune. Ready? The new one. There it is. Oh, I lost you guys. Here we are. I'm back. Cool. Let's see what's happening here. My time zone. Coffee with famous cartoonists around 8:30. Oh, okay. That's early. So I went on, I think it was 9:30, 10 o'clock today. It was 9:30, then watched Violet's Principal do his weekly. Yeah, that's what Treese told me yesterday, that you had a live meeting at 10 o'clock, so I tried to get it in before so you could see a little bit of it. So that was cool. I talked for about an hour in the morning. It's crazy. I never realized I'm going to talk that long, but I do. All right, we're getting there. Making comics. Just how you do it. Just draw all the time, every day. That's it. It's the only way. It's the only way I know how. Draw all the time, every day. Make it work. See, these little things like these eyeballs, right where the white meets it, see that little dot? That drives me nuts. I gotta get rid of that. But I know it's on all the eyes. It's always there. Let's see if Amphibian had that little dot. I don't think she did. So our eyes are small. Here it is. So your eyes are little. Just little eyeballs. Eye socket holes. Gordy promises his second album is going to be deeper and darker. going to have more sick beats. So remember, if it's a compliment, it means the word is negative. It means I'm sick. That means good. That's a good thing. It's bad. It means it's a good thing. I almost feel like this song is the theme song for the opening of Famous Cartoonist Draws Things. It's true. Oh, Treese needs to set her alarm. Oh, I know. I wake up without an alarm, and it's so. I've been doing that for years, but it's weird now that the kids have to set their alarm so they could do their online school. They get it done pretty quick though. They do it about an hour it takes. Then they get their online schooling done, and then my girl likes to bake stuff. She makes cakes and pancakes, whatever she's making. She likes it. But if you guys are anyone new here on Saturday, I'm going to. Oh yeah, the Neptune song is good for Gilbert. Yeah, it's perfect. On Saturday, I'm going to do a live painting stream about 2 o'clock. And if you guys are around 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, Chicago time, 2 o'clock, I'm going to play music really loud and sit here and paint a lot of stuff. So if you guys want to peek in on my world, I'm going to be painting, and you could see how I paint, and it'll be real cool. It'll be like watching a jazz musician just flail a wail at his instruments. that don't sound too weird. But I'm going to play my buddy Vince's stuff. I'm really happy with that. It's going to be cool. We're almost there. We are almost there. Yesterday, I think I went too long where I needed food. And then I ate food, and then I passed out. I think I just needed food. But today, I'm not bad right now. I got my hydration. I needed food, and then I ate food, and then I couldn't stay awake. I wanted to do some live stream with Franco last night on YouTube. I couldn't do it. And I laid down in bed just to say, I'm just going to recover, and then I was out. Crazy stuff, I tell you. These crazy kids today. Violet, hey, oh, your kids are learning too, huh? The e-learning stuff? Yeah. Also, my live stream at 2 will be noon in British Columbia. That's cool. Oh, you're in California time over there. So I never know. I get confused. And I know there's one part of the United States, too, that never changes their time, and I don't understand. But it's true. It is what it is. And I feel like having coffee. Yeah, I need some coffee, too. I got some soda here, but it's not doing its thing. I wanted to bring snacks while I draw, but I don't like people to hear the crunch. I don't know. I listen to some podcasts, and when people are eating, I hate it. So I'm like, why don't you do that off camera? So I don't want to be the guy who doesn't like it, but does it to you guys. So that's kind of. But I find that the best snack for staying alive is pickles. I have dill pickles. Just because you need snacks just to keep yourself alive. And that's really all it does is just keep you from hurting. And if you want a meal, you got to take a break and go eat. But I had pancakes with my girl today. I came up for a refill after my famous cartoonist says things in the morning show. I went upstairs to get a refill, and she made pancakes. She goes, "Hey, want some pancakes?" I said, "Yes." She's a good cook. She does good things. She makes things. So my house is very creative. Everyone's cooking stuff, making things. They're playing music. My daughter's on a piano. She learned "I Am the Hulk." That's the name of that song now. I Am the Hulk. Used to be called The Lonely Man. Now it's I Am the Hulk. Yeah. Cheese sticks, yeah. Oh, yeah, cheese sticks don't crunch. Arizona's the place that doesn't change times. Yeah, right? My buddy, Franco would like this. My buddy Jurassic Ernie chimed in today. He was in the morning show. He was there, Jurassic. Being all Jurassic-y and stuff. Look at you being all Jurassic-y. Yeah, Jurassic Ernie. Blast from the past. I drew a picture of him on live today on the morning show. I get it, man. It's a lot of work, even for Jimmy Kimmel. He does all kinds of shows. He's live too, isn't he? Is this show still live? You know, I haven't watched any Late Show in forever. I don't watch any of these interview shows anymore. Jurassic. The mullet sketch. Yeah, I drew Jurassic Ernie. The world knows who Jurassic Ernie is now. That's cool. I don't know if he knew I was going to do that. He probably hasn't been called Jurassic Ernie in years. It's Jurassic. He's my brother. Jurassic Ernie one time flew to Wizard World when it was in Rosemont, Chicago here. He flew there because he had a connecting flight or something. So he flew to Rosemont just so he could come to Wizard World to visit us for 4 hours, and then he got back on a plane and caught his ride home. It was weird. That's what he did. So he came here. Yeah, I think he came here just for Wizard World, just to spend 4 hours to see us, and then he got back on the plane and went. Because I remember it's like, "Oh, Ernie, what are you doing? Let's hang out." And he goes, "Oh, I can't. I got to catch my plane." Like, "What are you doing?" He said, "I got to go home." Because you just got here. He goes, "Yeah." Because the flight was cheaper if you just go there and come back on the same day. So that was crazy. I don't know why he did that, man. It made me laugh. But that was so Jurassic of him, you know? He did that. That's Jurassic Ernie. That'd be like a sitcom where you look at the camera and go, "Wah, wah." Yeah, he's awesome. I think Treese knows Ernie. Treese, you know Ernie, right? I think you should have a Zoom session with us sometime. I find myself answering you, but I can't hear. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're yelling, yeah. "Yeah, that's right, Shug." And Jimmy Dido's like, "Quiet. Why are you? I'll go in the other room and listen on your computer." I know how it is. I know when I do these streams, I got the music blasting down here when I turn up the volume and stuff. And when I go upstairs, Everyone knows that I was streaming. Even my girl says, I got a cool dad. He does live streams. I don't know if she means that or not. But I go upstairs and everybody's knows that I just did the live streams. It's kind of fun. And they always ask how to go, you know. It's pretty fun. I'm doing this anyway, so I'd rather bring some people with me. Bring them all with me. Let's see, I think I got all the little dots. I think I got it. This page is going to be done. Oh, I see them. This page might be done in about 20 minutes. This is the one that was killer yesterday. It took 2.5 hours to do this. Now it's taking another 2.5 hours just to color it. Wow. And I'm not goofing off. I'm actually doing it. You know? Isn't that nuts? This one's taking a long time. Okay, I gotta open up something. And I'm gonna leave you at Franco's face for a minute. I gotta open up a file that has the textures I need. Because I have background textures, I drop them in. I drop them in place. Now I'm forgetting where they are. Oh, I see. I made folders today, so it's not where I want it to be. There it is. It got moved around. I added like 3 folders today of future comic book projects that you're gonna see soon on in the digital format. Oh, Jimmy's coming home soon, huh? Jimmy Dido. He's gonna say, come home and say, tuna casserole again. Is that what he does? Does he kick a table? Or he's gonna I'm just making fun of you. Let's see. Here's the Fibian. See, look at what I did here. I got all these textures that I draw my backgrounds. And this is a Fibian, the Fibian family texture. I put little scales. And then I could drop it in place. Drop it in place. Right here. Let me see. Let's see. Here's what I did. Like I had all of these. Here's what I did. Like all the dots I found that are behind this layer. If I remove it, you're gonna see all the dots. Those are all the places I had to fill in. So I'm gonna merge those together. And then there's the background. It's true. I have a reason to this madness. Not everyone knows why, but I understand. I understand what it is. You catching my drift? Get it? Drift? Because it's water? Oh, yeah, Jimmy eats a strongman food. Yeah, Jimmy, man, he's like the strongest guy I know. My cousin Jimmy Dido is married to my cousin Treese here. My cousin Treese, well, Jimmy's cousin through marriage. But it's Treese's husband, Jimmy Dido, who is the inspiration of my character named Jimmy Dido. He is one of the world's strongest men. And he wins these world's strongest men competitions. And he not only enters them, but he wins them. He's champion of many belts. He has the belts of these things. So I'm very proud of Jimmy, and I'm so glad he's on my side. Or I'm on his side, really. He's not mine. I'm on his side. I had to make the choice here. I was like, man, I'm choosing Jimmy. So I'm very proud of Jimmy. And there's videos on his Facebook page. If you guys go friend Jimmy Dido and You'll see him lifting weights and destroying men, destroying others in his wake. No, he doesn't destroy people, but he lifts lots of things. He lifts cars and buses and throws rocks. No, he doesn't do that. He just lifts weights. But man, is he strong. I might have to change this orange. I didn't anticipate the background. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to make it yellow. Yeah, it's better. See, it's already better. That's almost good. Almost. I'm going to go 1. That's better. He looks weird now. Say I don't like it. No, I don't like it. Well, sir. I hear my family laughing, which means I'm not too loud. Everybody's awake. My wife and Sonny are watching lots of Clint Eastwood movies lately. So I don't know what that's all about, but hopefully they're not getting information. But they're watching cowboy movies, and now they're into Dirty Harry. Oh yeah, Jimmy Dido. He's got to get his swole in, his workout. He's got to break his sweat. The gyms are closed. I don't leave the house, so I don't know what's open or what's closed. It's a very strange feeling. I miss Harold's Chicken the most. I miss it something awful. I need Harold's. I should just go and get it. It's probably what should happen. How's that look? What if I made it white? Look like a banana? That's all right, right? What's another color that goes good with green? I mean, maybe a green. Not bad. I'm gonna go with that. He looks like his burger now. Treese recommends Any Which Way But Loose with Clint Eastwood. Yeah, that's a good one. We one of the first movies I saw with Clint Eastwood was what was it? I just had it yesterday. I talked about it. When he's a cowboy in a circus. Baba Buckaroo. No. Bronco Billy. It's called Bronco Billy. That's the first one I remember seeing in the theater on purpose. Like, for real, we went to go see it. It was in the drive-thru. The drive-in theater. Bronco Billy. It was paired up with Grease. I think I told these stories, though. I don't want to repeat the same stories on these streams because people will see the live stream and think it's a rerun, you know? Like, oh, I saw that yesterday. He always loses his he loses his energy around the 220 mark. Then he starts to die and drift off. And YouTube, what I do is, like, a few days after this goes up, I make download it and schedule it to play on YouTube. But of course, on YouTube it's not live, and I'm just wondering what people think on YouTube. But I only get about 3 or 4 views, maybe 11 views. I don't get many, but it is kind of fun. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. It's because I'm losing energy. Depletion. I gotta get closer. So right now I'm deleting all of the orangey stuff so the red C can go through. And so I can have this texture on everything. This madness will work when I'm done. But this page has been like one of the most detailed, a lot of stuff happening on this page. Like I said yesterday, it took 2.5 hours to ink it, and now it's 2.5 hours to color it. So it's real different. But I'm going to do it. But I like it. See, when it's your own character, you could draw all night and the same thing, and it works out. Harold. I gotta find out if Harold's delivers. I know that we could get it through Uber Eats, but I haven't used that yet. My wife has that on her phone. I guess it's with Uber. I just haven't used it. I don't really do a lot. It's like I could eat the same thing every day, and I'm fine with that. So after a while, like, you need food just to not be hungry. That's kind of what it feels like. Oh, Kevin Bixby sent me something. Mojo Jojo, there he is. I'm going to post him up here. I like that you guys draw while I'm drawing. That's really cool. I like that you send me stuff after you're done. And I like showing it at the end. Everything I just told you is true. Everything I said all night long is true. I don't have to make stuff up. The stories of truthfulness are better. So I'm like Superman. Lois, I never lie. I do sometimes. Just not. Just only when I have to. I only lied to protect you. You did not need to know the truth. You were banished for being clumsy. Yes. We could say that. You know, I put Phantom Menace on the Disney Plus. I started watching it, and it was super HD. It was crazy HD. It was so crystal clear. I was watching on over the weekend. I just put stuff on, just randomly going through TV, and man, was that super HD. And it looks really cool. It looks really good. But Jar Jar still looks, in super HD, he looks very, very digital. Like, you can see that he's not on the same plane as those guys. He looks like he's a Roger Rabbit cartoon. But other than that, man, the whole thing looked really good. But I didn't watch the whole thing. Just wanted to check it out. I've been watching Rebels and some of the Clone Wars, the cartoon. We still got people watching? I know Teresa's here, Franco's here. Shut up and draw, Baltazar. You're almost done. You think, like, every time I draw these live streams, you think they should all go on YouTube, or should just put some, or should I do just some for YouTube? So I like having YouTube content, because the last few weeks we've been really going at YouTube aggressively, you know, trying to get content up there. And what's been happening is our subscribers have been going up, which is cool, and that's what we want. But I don't know if they're watching them like this. Like, you guys are really in here. You guys are really in here watching, you know, because it's live and it's for you. You're doing her thing. But I wonder if YouTube is the same people or different people. No mean, no mean? We know mean. Was it better just to keep it on Facebook? I don't know. I don't know. I'm making some shadows here, just so it could pop out a little bit. Because this looks weird to me. In a way, I'm looking forward. Like, I think I should go back to my vampire ways. Because now that I know what the evening feels like, it's I feel tired now. Before, when vampire comics or vampire hours, I just feel tired and I know it's time to go to bed. And now I'm like, now I feel it, but I want to stay up. It's different. Before, I would get tired and no one else was around. It's just me. But I can't. I enjoy this. I enjoy seeing people. I like when people are around and I get to see them. So right now I'm making shadows. I'm drawing a darker color because it seems like it needs to be darker. And I'm gonna adjust the opacity, or the yeah, I think it is the opacity, and I'm gonna adjust it so I'm gonna adjust the percentage of the color so it's not so bold like this, but it'll add some shadow. You can see it's a little bit too bright for me, because they're supposed to be in the deep sea. They seem to be happy even though the ocean's turning red. So I want to add some darkness before the true darkness engulfs them all. Look at that. It's looking cool. See, and then I adjust this. The shadow, I put it at like 20%. See? It's a little lighter, maybe more. I could go 30. See? And this looks cool right here. See? But those lines are weird now. So it's a little easier. It pushes it back. I don't like it at that. I'm going to go 25% instead of 30. And then I could do, remember what color it was, 483. I'm going to go back up here and add some darkness because it's a little too yellow, I think. See, all these decisions that comic book artists have to face. And then they say, what did you do all day? I said, I made 1,000 decisions. This guy's almost done. I'm going to add some sand. I have a sand template that I put on here. Let's see. Here it is. Grass. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum. Here it is. My favorite song, Rhodium. See, I cut and paste this. I like Rebels and Clone Wars. Yeah, man, those are good shows. I like Rebels because you could see they're both good. Like, Rebels seems to be easier to watch. It's like you could watch back to back and not be lost. But Clone Wars is, each episode is its own story altogether. So sometimes it's harder to it's hard to binge watch that sometimes. And then we're in it to win it. Oh, you're shredding papers. That's the shredding papers, isn't it loud? But that's cool. You're destroying evidence? That's cool. You gotta destroy evidence sometimes. Nobody needs to know everything. They don't need to know. Get rid of that stuff. D. Brad just drew some Sasquatch. Oh, I see it. I'm going to show that in the end, too. I'm going to show your stuff at the end of this. I'm almost there. I'm definitely slowing down myself. I just need some hydration. Let me take a swig. You can't see it, but you can hear it. Hear it? Swig for the worker man. Oh, that's good. Nothing fancy. I just use the same mug all day long, and I just keep adding stuff. It started out with some Diet Pepsi, and then whatever the kids don't finish at breakfast or at dinner, I pour in my mug. So it has iced tea in there, but it's good. It's refreshing. All right, there it is. See? I added some sand. See, this is a good example of all three layers with a shadow. See, I have the shadow here, all three layers. You got the background sea, the sand here, the coral orange, and then it has all of that. And now watch, I'm going to add some white. Watch this. You're going to see it. It's going to look like a comic page. Bam! Ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. What do you think? I'm going to leave the yellow. I don't know if I like it, though. See, now I'm going to go in here. I'm going to change these lines. I'm going to change this a little bit. And maybe add this. Maybe I'll make these orange. It's still too dark. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. Is that better? He's got orange. That's fine. He's cool. Hey kids. Hey, Fred. It looks like I said. It looks like Red Fox and Fred Flintstone all together. He's cool. Auntie Francesca. Oh, I got to do that right there. I got to do that part. Almost done. You guys thought you were going to bed. Not yet. See, I got coral. This is more coral. This is pink. It's like hot pink coral. Whoa! That didn't work. Copied and pasted the wrong thing. There it is. Copy and paste. Lift that, throw that in place. See, there it is. Now I'm going to cut the trim up the coral. When's Rick coming back on Walking Dead? I heard they're making a movie or something. They're going to make a movie with Rick and Coral. But Coral, I think, is out. Yeah, he died on there. Got stabbed in the face. They killed that kid. Knocked out his eye and killed him. He died in the tunnel. Spoiler! Coral. Oh, Brad, yeah, it's only 7:40 where you are. It's only 9:30 here, but it's not bad. Yes, sir, I like it a lot. I like it. It's good, it's good. I like to see it. Let's go again. Let's see. This panel looks good. Nothing's weird. This little part right there. See that? I don't like that right there. I don't know why it is. How did I focus on that little bitty thing? I'm going to make it all blue. That's better. was distracting. That looks good, looks good. I just put the coral in there. Let's see. This is a little dark, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. There's Franco, Uncle Franco. Uncle Phineas. And Franco's asking, when's lunch? Uncle Fernando. Hello, Fernando. Uncle Philu. He just says, ha. Because that's how I answer emails. Ha. All the time. But see, there's a, right here. Look at this, kids. Right here. That's a tangent. That's called a tangent. So we're going to fix that right now. You don't want that because then it looks like an X. So watch. I'm just going to do like that. Just lower a little bit, but now I got to fix stuff. See that, kids? It's not done yet. Not done yet. What song? That was a cool song I remember. Not done yet. Not done yet. Forgot to sing that. Oh, my cousin Teresa like this. I was playing the bed bugs a few nights ago. It wasn't on live or not. I was just hanging out when I was playing bed bugs. I found the CDs. Is that a classic rock song? Not done yet. Classic rock. It's not just regular rock. Is there any other rock? Is there rock that came after classic rock, or is it all rock? Classic. It's classic. I don't know if the kids are cool to say that anymore. It's classic. See, look at that. Isn't that much better? It's smoother now. There's a little bit here happening with this. But I think I can still see it. I don't know. This is what bothers me right there, that line. If I take that line out, it might look better. Or like this, watch. I got another solution for you. Decisions. See all these decisions. Like, oh, what did you do all day? I made decisions. I see a little dot over here. Missed it. The decisions that change somebody's future. See, that's better. See that? Looks good now. Or what even might be better is if I do this. That didn't do nothing. I'm going to leave that. Because I was happy with it at one point. So right there. We got it. We're going to make this work. I'm going to save this. And I'm finished with this piece. I'm not going to start another one because I may not make it. Who do we want to see close? Let me see. There you go. That's cool. But this is cool. Boom. Famous cartoonist draws things. And I'm gonna bring in Brad's thing, and I'm gonna bring in Brad's thing and Bixby's, the Bixter. Here's this looks cool. Here's D. Brad Sasquatch. Boom, there he is. I gotta make him so he fits. Let's make him fit, and then I'll enlarge him. Look at that. That's cool. So that's Brad Sasquatch. That's what he drew tonight on the stream. He looks pretty cool. And this is cool too. They both went with the ape theme. I don't know what's happening here. He drew mucho chojo. Mojo. Chojo. That's how you say it to him. Chojo.